Good evening, I'm Kozeniewski with your new Scene 13 Sports. Last night at Washington Township, the Minutemen put their division title on the line in a game versus Shawnee. Going into the game, Shawnee needed a win to clinch a tie for the division, and Township needed a win to tie Shawnee for the division lead. Channel 13 was there to bring you these highlights. Early on in the beginning of the game, our own Ed Benkin gave our Athlete of the Week award to Jeff Clauder. As you see, they're averaging 20 points a game. And Shawnee come in with their high-powered offense led by Ryan Mulholland there. He drives in for 2. Township comes right back at him, though. Ray O'Neill with the jumper. Nice rebound by Clauder. Now, Clauder, known for his 3 points, will go out beyond the three-point line, pump it up, little in and out, and gets the three-pointer to fall. Through the first quarter, 11-5 Township. This is Chris Atkinson. Nice drive there. For 6 of his first half points. Now Sean Mulholland, younger brother of Ryan Mulholland, shot, and it's tipped in by Chris Duckery. Now Township right back at him. Chad Tomlin this time in the roll. And this is pretty much the way the game went. Up and down the floor, exchanging points the whole way. It was a 1- and 2-point lead most of the way. Chad Tomlin ties it up there. That's Mulholland for a three-pointer. The end of the half, clock expires. A couple of foul shots in there for Clauder. Halftime lead, Washington Township 21-20. Quickly, Shawnee quickly out of the gate. Ryan Mulholland, a three-pointer, puts them ahead slightly. Then Chad Tomlin comes back in on the drive, ties things up. Township did a good job defensively in this game. As you see here on the steal, they'll come across Atkinson across the timeline to Clauder. And a beautiful tip-in coming in here by Tomlin, who converts, makes it 32-28 Township, but the crowd knew Shawnee would not go away, even though they get a nice bucket here for Huckle on the 3, who looked like he was fouled on the play, and head coach Selby not very happy about that, screamed all the way into the break. It was 35-32 Township after 3. Then Chris Duckery for Shawnee from the baseline starts to get Shawnee back on the board. Huckle with the late drive in the game keeps the game close, but then Ryan Mulholland takes over. Mulholland from the corner hits for a 3. Mulholland will come right back at you again, inside for a 2-pointer. The game came down to the final 11 seconds. 1-point lead for Shawnee. Mulholland at the line. He gets the free throw. He misses. No timeouts left. Township comes down the floor. Huckle right here has a chance to win the game. Little bit off-balance shot is missed. They go for the rebound. It's no good. And Shawnee comes away with a 44-43 win. You can watch this game in its entirety Saturday at 8 o'clock and Sunday at 7 o'clock right here on Channel 13. Good evening, I'm Kozeniewski filling in for Ed Benkin with your new Scene 13 Sports. Well, we are now officially into March Madness in high school basketball, and some local teams have been playing very well as they get ready to challenge for the state championship. Last night in Group 3 girls action at Williamstown, the Lady Braves started their playoff season with a big win over division rival Delsey. Taking a look at the highlights here right now, you're going to see Deisha Galbraith with her first of 9 points in the game as she hits from outside. Galbraith, though, the rest of the game pretty much assist king as she dishes one out. Mislowski gets the rebound, gets her first of what she had 23 points in the game. They went on a 20-3 run early on in this game. Capasol scores for 2 of her points, her only 2. Delsey tried to hang in there with Candy Simmons scoring 11 points in the game, but it just wasn't enough as Williamstown was destined to come away with the win in this game. The star of the night, though, had to be Michelle Mislowski. She hits for 2 from the outside. Angela Scott, though, a 1,000-point scorer earlier in the week, a great job inside. Watch her grab the rebound, misses the shot, but she will go to the free throw line. Scott finished the game with 11 points. Now, this is the exciting moment of the game. She is 3 points away coming up here for 1,000 points. Mislowski gets the 2 points here. She's going to go to the free throw line. She needs to make 1 point for her 1,000th point in her career. She misses the shot. Everybody stands there. They're waiting. All of a sudden, Michelle goes, "Oh, okay, I'll take this." Puts it home. 1,000 points. The easiest point of her life for Michelle Mislowski. Our teammates greet her. She'll be greeted with some balloons, the plaques, the whole 9 yards, as Williamstown is now cruising. The game just about over as we're late in the third quarter. Debbie Dunning comes on, ices the game for Williamstown. Our 2 stars get to sit down on the bench, both 1,000-point scorers, as Williamstown comes away with the win, 49-25. For Flyers fans, last year was a dream season until it ended last summer in the Meadowlands against the New Jersey Devils. Well, Flyers fans had a shot of revenge last night, but once again, things didn't quite go as planned. So we got the Meadowlands. There's Jock Lemaire, always looking with a smile on his face. We pick it up, Flyers leading 1-0. Falloon gets the tip and makes it 2-0 Flyers. Now, Ron Hextall had a pretty good game here, and as always, in the middle of controversy, here he is with Halik going at it early on in the first quarter, and then the hitting increased as Carpenter drills Brendamore into the boards, as both these teams do not like one another. In the second period, you see Samuelson on the shot. Then Brendamore to Falloon. Flyers lead it 3-2. And here comes Bobby Halik. He'll come in for the slapper. Rebound by Jim Dowd. And we are tied at 3. Coach Murray not too happy about this in the sideline. Again, Hextall real upset as well. We move to the third where Hextall begin to come up big again. A nice save right there to keep the game tied. But a devil's mistake here, and you can't do that with Eric Lindros on your team. 4-3 Flyers take the lead. We're still in regulation now. Watch this fluke goal. Off Peter Skorka's skate, into the net, tied at 4. Again, Hextall coming up big, but gets a little help here from the post as Neil Broughton hits the post just before the end of that regulation. Referee comes on, holding against the Flyers, and here it is. They lose it in overtime. Billy Guerin from the point puts it home. Flyers lose in overtime. The Flyers still remain, though, one of the elite teams in the league, but could be doing even better were it not for their division foes. As this chart says right now, if you take a look at this, it'll tell you what they've done in the division. In the Atlantic, they are 5-6-3 versus the rest of the league, 16-3-1, averaging 2.6 goals a game versus their Atlantic foes and 4.6 versus the rest of the league. And you can see that power play really struggling in the Atlantic Conference, 14% versus rest of the league, 25%. So they better get that straightened out if they have any shot to move on in the playoffs. Well, that's going to do it for sports. Robin will be back next to tell us if there's any more snow on the way. We'll be back with more in a second. Finally, pro baseball got underway last night. Let's take a trip down to Florida, where the Phillies played in their first game last night on the pro level. Lenny Dykstra had a real hot night. Starts things off by hitting a double down the line. Our first look at Craig Jeffries. Here's a major league blast up the middle, but it's a hit and an RBI. That'll bring us to the 9th inning. 4-4. Kevin Stocker hits a fly ball. They try and tag at third. Doesn't look like enough, right? But a horrible throw from left field allows Rob Butler to score with the winning run, and the Phillies come away with a 5-4 victory. Well, on this holiday weekend, Danny Ryan will be by to tell us what's happening for Easter right after this.